I done been twice. Both of them was fluke, some fluke shit. So I done been twice, but the first time was in Maryland. I'll stand up there before I moved down to Pensacola, right? Mm-hmm. So I graduated from Howard. I was working like a personal training job, blah blah blah.
College Howard?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I played football there 4 years.
Damn. All right.
So graduated there, and I was just working personal trainer. And I had got into my senior year. I had got into selling weed and shit like that. So I was like, wasn't too big, but I was selling like quarter pounds and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, when I get the job or whatever, I'm just about to apply to where I work now, which I won't say, but I'm applying there and I get the job and I'm doing training and all of this, and I'm like, I'm about to party one more weekend with my homeboys and shit. So one of my teammates from Howard come pick me up. I stay in this neighborhood out in Greenbelt. At the time it was called Spring Hill Lake. I don't know what the name called now, but it's pretty hood. It's in it's like right outside of DC. So like, I got like an ounce all bagged up left. All the weed that I had, I got that left, and instead of me selling it, I'm like, we finna smoke this shit, like,
right?
Cause I got me a new job and I'm on and popping, like, I'm finna smoke this shit and be done.
Let's get it.
Long story short, my homeboy picked me up with a suspended license and an expired tag, bro. And the police, our complex is so big, we had a police department. We had like a police station in our complex, bro.
Right.
That's how big this shit was. So as soon as I get in the car, I got my little Howard gym bag, got some workout clothes, I got a big ass container of creatine sitting off in that bitch. Like, I don't even look like, but I got that off in the bag and shit like that. So as soon as I get in the car, I'm right in front of my apartment complex. Boy, he ain't even put that bitch in drive. That was said, woo! Got pulled over. I was like, my heart sunk, bro, because I was like, this would have never happened if I ain't get in your car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's your fault.
I was like, this would have never happened if I would have gotten it. Oh, yo, like, so he get out. So they pull him over. They tell him to get out. Ask for license and registration shit. So they check his license, his shit. His license is suspended.
No.
And then his tag expired. So all I see in the background, I'm in the back seat.
He get locked up.
I see that I got the bag. I'm like, I try to stuff that junk in my pants. Like, shit, bro. Like, I try to move like this. I'm like, oh God, I'm about to go down. So all I seen was, sir, your license and your tag is suspended. He was trying to explain himself. All I seen him do was slam his ass, bit him on the back of the trunk. I was like, bitch, I'm going to jail.
I'm going down.
Bitch, I'm going to jail. I'm out of here. They doing him like that. I'm like,
hey, I'm gonna give you my shit.
He ain't did nothing wrong besides that shit. I'm filthy back there. I'm out of here.
He just ain't had no license, bro.
So that other officer came to that, step out the car. I stepped out. I had a jump tuck. Man, that mother came on my leg like that, like he was about to grab my nuts. I moved my legs like that. He said, give me your hands. He cuffed me. That bitch stuck his hand down. That bitch grabbed that jump. I like, hey, here go my boy. He done already got slammed against the car for his shit being expired and suspended and all that shit.
Fuck.
He seen the woman pull that bag out. He told me, oh my God, no, why you did me like that? Oh, I can't believe you, bro. Like,
I can't believe you.
Only girl didn't look like.
Yeah, what is wrong with you, bro? I can't believe.
I'ma claim the shit. What the fuck wrong with you? Like, that's how I was looking at him. I was like, fuck up. He said, oh my God. I'm like, bitch, you was going to jail anyway because your shit expired, bro. You was going to jail anyway. So they carried us, man. They carried us to the little holding cell or whatever. And we was in cells side by side. And I was like, man, shut up, bro. Like, you finna be out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had nothing, and I ain't gonna even do you like that. This junk really was mine. I'm gonna keep it funky.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So then I was locked up in Upper Marlboro. Shout out to PG County, Maryland, man. But yeah, I was locked up in that bitch for like 2 days. I'm up there calling. So I finally get time to make a phone call. I'm up there calling my roommate and shit like that. Dog. Now this shit, I'm there calling my roommate. I'm like, damn, I ain't even get a chance to say my name or nothing on the collect call. This motherfucker just picking up and hanging up. Picking up and hanging up.
Is it, you got a collect call from?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
nah, can't be.
It never got to my name. So the third time, I could tell that he was talking to somebody in the background, and he said, "Man, I don't know who the fuck keep calling here, blah blah blah, but I'm finna cuss their ass out this time." So when they told me to say my name, that just said, "Collect call from nigga this Vince. Answer the motherfucking phone. Quit hanging up on me."
Yo, he couldn't believe it, huh?
Hey, that motherfucker, I could hear that bitch hesitate like, and then you just heard that bitch press one. I said, damn, bitch, I been calling your ass all day, motherfucker. Who the fuck you keep hanging up on me for, bro? Who else will be calling this motherfucker collect from jail? Obviously, it's me. You ain't heard from me all day.
All day.
I'm just going off.
Yeah.
He talking about, damn, bro, I ain't know.
He didn't think that could happen. He didn't think that could happen.
Yeah, that bitch, he wasn't home when that happened.
Well,
so
he didn't
Yeah, he ain't know.
He ain't know it all, bro. He ain't know it all. So that shit was funny because my dog came through. That motherfucker came and bonded me out on a Sunday. And shit, you know, if you know anything about jail, you know that barely happened.
No, it doesn't happen at all.
That bitch came bail me out on a
Monday
Sunday.
morning is your release.
Bail bonds don't play like
And that
that.
bitch came through, bailed me out on a Sunday, found a bail bondsman, and did that shit. So shit, for real, that nigga, he did that. But yeah, that was my first time in jail. The second time happened down here, bro. I don't never want to be in that Scamper County jail, bro. Don't ever go. Well, they filthy down here.
It's fucked up.
Like I much had, if I had to choose, I'd take Maryland jail any day over motherfucking Scamper County, bro.
For real?
Yeah,
It's
like,
old school out here.
for real,
What was
bro.
down here for?
Man, down here was on some domestic shit. That was on some domestic shit. But I ain't lay no hands on nobody. I ain't do no shit like that. But basically, the chick I was with at the time, she was on some other shit, and we was basically to the point where it's like, I'm tired of your shit. You tired of my shit, I'm tired of your shit type shit. But we was basically through. I was coming. I remember the day I was just like, man, you know what, fuck that shit. I ain't about to stress out about that shit. We break up. That's all love. Right now, I'm sleeping in the living room. We got an apartment. I'm sleeping in the living room. I ain't tripping off shit. But I went grocery shopping. So I'm coming to the door. And it's like, at the time I was paying like all the bills except like maybe the light bill. I was paying everything. So I'm coming to the door. My hand's full of groceries and the door locked. I'm like, who the fuck locking the door? Like, why the fuck is the door locked? I got all these groceries in my hand. Like, why the fuck is you locking the door? Anything like that. So, I done got mad. Like, I'm trying to just not be fucking with you or nothing like that, but you doing dumbass shit. Like, you gonna lock this bitch. Knowing I have my hands full of groceries and all that shit. So I fucking bang, bang, bang on the door. She come over that shit. She like, what you banging on the door for? I'm like, what you locking the door for? Like, we over here like Marcus Point. I'm like, what you locking the door for? Man, got groceries and all this shit. You up here locking the door. You don't even pay enough bills here to be locking this shit. Like, I started going ham.
That was it right there, dog. You don't even do shit out here. Like, you don't even get to lock this door.
Man, you don't get to lock no door. What the fuck? So I'm like,
that's what did it. She tripped out right there. She was like, what?
So she had like swung on me and all that shit. And so I was just like,
she connect?
Yeah, she connected a couple times. And I started laughing, and then shit, bro, like I laugh and joke a lot, but I don't really play that shit. And shit, the other face came on. I was like, I don't give a fuck who it is, you, your peoples, whatever. Next motherfucker put their hands on me, gonna die with this thing. Just like that. And I walked over to the closet and I grabbed my shit and I got that bitch and I just sat on the couch like this. And that motherfucker ran like I was really chasing her, like ran back to the back room and all that shit.
Police got scared
all the
and
police
shit.
and all that shit. And I had left matter of fact, when she did all that, I had rolled out. I ain't ever come back. I ain't know it was worn out for my shit or nothing like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had came back to my crib. She had posted that she was single, all this shit, and then she had left the apartment or whatnot. But I had went to my homeboy house and stayed the night. When I came back, you know what I'm saying? I seen all that posting, all that shit. I was like, whatever. I'm gonna call up there. If they got a warrant out for me, I'm gonna just turn myself in. I call up there. I'm like, it's a warrant out for such. They like, nah, like that. So I'm like, oh, I must be good then. So I ain't thinking nothing of it. Shit, I took a shower, act like I'm finna go to work in the morning. Man, at about 3 in the morning, man, my door was like, boom, 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 boom.
Hell no.
Boy, that bitch scared me, boy. Part of me wanted to just be like,
You not even open that.
I'm just finna just be like this and that bitch, turn myself in the morning. Be in that bitch like this.
Yeah.
But then I was like, man, I don't know. These motherfuckers gonna
Might
keep
kick-
banging.
kick
They might
the
kick that
door
bitch
in.
in. They might kick that bitch in and start shooting. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I answered the door. That mother told me to put my hands behind my back and all that shit. And I was like, this, I ain't tripping. I ain't run from y'all. I called up there and asked y'all if I had a warrant. Y'all said nah, so I'm chilling. I could have turned myself in earlier. Y'all gonna come and bang
Yeah,
on my
3
shit
in the
this day.
morning.
Fucking morning.
Yeah, so I was going off on him. So he tried to handcuff me right now. Like, bro, I know you finna let me put on some clothes. I said, I just told you I ain't running. And he let me put on clothes and all that shit. So I was in that bitch for about 3 days. I ain't really got no family down here. Like I got in Maryland and DC and shit. I ain't really got no family down here, so I was in there for them 3 days. But
So you went to court or some shit?
yeah, cause it was 3 in the morning,
Get
so
your
I already
first
missed
appearance.
the first. I already
day.
missed that first day.
Uh-huh.
Then that day that I got booked in there, we couldn't see nobody that day
Yeah.
because I was supposed to been in way before then in order to do that. So then I had to wait the next day to see that. Then I had to come up with the money to get bonded out and all that shit. So it took 3 days. But let me tell you, got in there that day 1 and day 2. I ain't eat shit. I like, I'm finna be out of here. I'm just thinking like,
You ain't need no sandwiches,
Ain't
none of that
nothing, bro.
shit, huh?
I just sit in that bitch just looking at TV. I ain't eat nothing, just mad.
You
as
wasn't
shit.
gonna cave in?
Nah, I wasn't gonna cave in. Motherfuckers eating all kind of
Good.
nasty
Yeah,
little shit.
commissary and shit.
Man, they eat nasty shit, bro. They eating that peanut butter and honey sandwich. I'm talking about them bitches look like
The orange
The
juice
peanut
party.
butter and honey.
them
Yeah, the
bitches look
orange.
like they just slapping shit on the bread on some hard ass stale bread and just smashing that bitch together and then they got a little meat sandwich, the bologna like different colors and shit like for real, bro.
That's
And
fucked up.
Escambia County jail nasty as fuck, bro. Like, these niggas get the sandwiches and shit. They trading sandwiches. Like, man, I trade your peanut butter for meat.
So you don't get to choose?
They call it cat food or something. I forgot what
Bruh.
they call it.
What,
But
the
you
peanut
get
butter?
to, you get to choose.
You get it. There's 3 different types of sandwiches.
You get
It's
to
hard to
choose,
fuck up peanut
but
butter.
it ain't no fucking good choice. It ain't no.
Yeah.
You not gonna pick a good selection. All that
You
shit.
get 3
is
different types of
all the way trash.
One is that peanut butter and honey. It is like peanut butter. It's like peanut butter and jelly, but it's not peanut
it's
butter.
not.
It's like honey.
Honey.
So yeah,
Right? And then they got the bologna sandwich, which is like a bologna and a piece of cheese.
and multiple colored meat.
And yes,
That's it.
yeah. And then they got the cat food one, which is really like potted meat.
I ain't even see that one. I'm
Yeah,
glad I
it's
did.
like-
I would have fought a bitch off of that.
For real?
Hey, look,
Potted
look.
meat.
It's like potted meat. You know, like that
Motherfuckers was doing
like
trading
Like
and shit.
liver?
Yeah.
They trading the meats and shit, or the peanut butter for meat and all that. So motherfuckers realize some people got a lot of peanut butter and honey sandwiches just stuffed just on their body and shit like that, just wrapped up and shit like that, putting it under their mattress and all that shit. What the fuck do honey and peanut butter attract?
Cockroaches.
Fucking ants, bro.
Ants.
Them bitches through that bitch marching, bro. I'm talking about thousands.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm talking about
god.
ants everywhere.
Damn.
You trying to sleep, there, ants everywhere, bro. Like, no lie. Ants everywhere, man. That shit was so crazy. But like I was saying, I ain't try to cave in. So them first 2 days, I was like this. I ain't eating. Fuck that. I'll be out of here before I had to eat. Then I seen my lawyer and all that. And they were like, we gonna be able to get you out tomorrow, but I don't know what time. But that next morning, on the 3rd morning,
Peanut butter
I was at my table at 5 a.m. So I ate them rubbery ass eggs. And whatever that meat was, I mixed that shit together, y'all. I was like this.
You had the grits and shit, whatever it was.
I mixed that shit together, awful.
Put over to salt.
Boy,
and
my
shit
stomach was on E, boy.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I got to eat today. Shit, when lunch came, like you said, I said, I had to pick and choose. I said, I don't want that meat. I got me a peanut butter honey sandwich.
Peanut butter honey.
Wow, man, as fuck, I got that peanut butter honey sandwich, though, bro. I ate it. Man, I was on the bathroom like the whole day.
Yeah, it gets you constipated.
Tom,
for sure.
bro, I was sitting on that toilet like this, bro. And you know, ain't no doors, ain't no privacy. So motherfuckers walking past you, just looking at you like this.
There's no
while you
doors,
on the
yeah.
toilet, bro.
There's no door.
So I'm just looking at him. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is you looking at? I'm shitting, bro. Like you just walking by, like stopping, like and looking and shit. And Scammon County the worst, bro.
And then it's like, what?
I wouldn't go back.
Was you in one of those ones where you're like in a pod and there's like only one CO and there's like 70 of you? And then in that one wing?
Yeah, I was in that one. I ain't never go anywhere else.
They're all like that.
And all
They're all
that.
like that.
It was a female at that.
Yeah.
That was a little CO. And she was big too. She was talking shit. Bruh, Scammon County the worst.